Halemaʻumaʻu Crater Collapses. Time travel has a way of isolating important events in the past. Historians today can easily lose track of individual events in the mists of history. Volcanology is no exception, especially when contemplating the eruptive history of the complex Kīlauea and Mauna Loa, two of the world's most active volcanoes. A series of collapse events occurred from 5 to 7 June 1916, and observers describe it as one of the most spectacular events they have ever witnessed in Kīlauea. A decade before this event, a lava lake resurfaced at Halemaʻumaʻu for the first time since it collapsed in 1894. The relatively stable lake activity continued through the 1916 eruption of Mauna Loa, until June 5, 1916. That morning, HVO staff were surprised to find the lava lake 40 feet, 12 meters, lower than measured the day before, when its surface was 300 feet, 91 meters, below the crater rim. However, that was only the opening. From 8:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. on June 5, lava levels dropped 200 feet, 61 meters, the receding lava formed a deep pit at Halemaʻumaʻu, surrounded by benches from previous lake overflows attached to the outer crater wall. As the drying continued, part of this bench began to fall into the still liquid lake but fell. This collapse sent a billowing cloud of earth-colored dust into the air. Occasionally, the crater walls retain a thin layer of bench material that alternatively consists of dense dark lava rock and incandescent, partially molten lava that has not completely cooled under the crust of previous flows. Fortunately, the collapse did not seriously affect the integrity of the outer crater wall, allowing HVO staff to observe the entire spectacle. Falls from deep southern cliffs are frequent and spectacular, because the material of the bench, made from the recent overflow, is red-hot inside, and crumbles like a mass of hard cheese. Sometimes this material flows sweetly. Huge beams form the slopes of the light talus below, which spread to the collapsed southern cape. This collapse eventually ate up all the benches on all sides of the lava lake. When this enormous mass of rock fell into the molten lake, the lava shot back and forth in waves that swept across the shore several tens of feet, several meters, vertically. This results in a constantly changing circulation pattern within the lava lake. Lava levels had dropped another 130 feet, 40 meters, by midday on June 6. However, the rate and severity of the collapse dramatically slowed, and the last substantial dust cloud from the collapse was observed around 11 a.m. on June 7. Lava began to refill the crater in the days that followed, eventually erasing most of the evidence of the 1916 collapse. What caused the Halemaʻumaʻu lava lake to flow so fast in early June 1916? Geophysical monitoring in recent decades has shown that significant peak pressure drops are usually associated with intrusions or eruptions elsewhere in the volcano, such as along rift zones. The 2018 summit collapse and the eruption of the lower eastern rift zone are examples of this process. Although the HVO did not have an extensive geophysical monitoring network in 1916, seismometers near the summit of Kīlauea recorded an increase in the number of distant earthquakes during the collapse. Preliminary analysis suggests they may have occurred along one of the rift zones that may indicate magma transport from the summit lava lake, similar to the sequence of earthquakes that accompanied the Halemaʻumaʻu collapse in 1924. With the eruption of the summit and lava lake ongoing, do we expect Kīlauea to experience a similar crater collapse in the near future? The simple answer is no. Unlike in the fall of 1916. The lava lake is currently being fed by vents on its sides rather than its bottom. Lacking effective drainage, depressurization of the summit cannot evacuate lava from the crater easily. The result of the current peak eruption has partially filled Halemaʻumaʻu crater, creating a crust that continues to rise and expand to build a new crater floor.